to UKAL Pod 6. I'm GSG, also known as Drew.
I'm Sarah, known as Airsoft Vixen.
I'm Gem Airsoft, and today we've got our special guest who is Chris from CSW. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. Great to be on board.
So, just a couple of things. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year. We will be announcing our most recent giveaway winner during this podcast with some goodies provided from Chris himself. So, make sure you stay tuned to find out if you won that one. Also, just to shine some light on Gem and Sarah, the new AI magazine, which is volume 19, issue 9, has a UKAL section with introducing the managers. So if you want to know a little bit more about Gem and Sarah and their background and how they got into UKAL, then definitely check that out. And yeah, it's a really good read. So we're here today with Chris, who is the owner of Country Sports Wholesale. And we thought we'd have a little chat with him and find out what it's like being in an airsoft business. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's a really interesting one because we kind of bridge airsoft, real steel shooting, quite a lot. It's a really interesting one. I always look back now and because we're Country Sports Wholesale, but we're also CSW, and it's trying to blend the whole thing in, and then with Vortex Optics UK as well. So everybody kind of goes, "Oh, you're those guys who do this, but you're a distributor." So we do Vortex Optics, we do Edge Eyewear, we do a bunch of other stuff that isn't that exciting for airsoft. It's super exciting if you do that particular discipline of shooting. If you wanted I don't know, we do like a camera system that you can see and mark out your shooting, things like that. But yeah, it's a really interesting one for us with CSW, because it's quite a broad range of stuff we do. And I've been in CSW's coming up to 9 years old this year. So we started May. I say the number, then I go back. May 2015 is when we started off. It was. I'm really worried my sound's just died.
No, yes, I can still hear you.
No, you're fine.
No, fine. That's all right. It's all right. I say this for the last podcast I did. I just monologued on like this for ages going on. And I was like,
paranoid,
I've ruined this now. Honestly, unless just like that ticking in the background. No, so yeah, we started 2015, and I started off. We had a gun shop. Actually, we had two gun shops. That was my family's. So I'll go into shooting and the history of all that later. But we had a gun shop, and then my now business partner John, he came across and he said, he worked for another big wholesaler, and he decided he wanted to start his own company. Came to us, and we agreed, and we started CSW. We started off really small. We did a bunch of Picatinny rails for rifles. We did some Italian leatherware, some really nice slings. And then a few years after that, we worked a little bit with Vortex. We knew the guys from Vortex, because Vortex were then going straight into the UK. Each individual shop was ordering directly from Vortex and then importing it in. So they would have to deal with duty and stuff like that, which is good if you're placing a 10 grand order. But if you wanted a pair of binoculars, a red dot, etc., this doesn't really work. So we then took over the wholesale side. I remember being terrified, in all honesty, when we started off, because I look back now, it always feels like, oh yeah, of course I can do this because I know how to do this now. But at the time, it was working out how to do import, how to do everything from there, which was really frightening. And then we just sort of started, and then we had all these shops, and we kind of built on the back of that. And to be honest, Vortex had just to deal with such a nice company. You always say it with your own brand. Everyone's like, oh, they're lovely, but they really are. They're a family-owned company. They're owned by a family called Hamiltons, and all their staff, talking to their staff, they're just the nicest people. I've got so many emails when I look back through from the Vortex employees, and I'll ask them something, and they'll come back with the best answer, and I'm just like, you're so good. Like, I'm keeping this, and that's going in my folder of answers because it's so much better than what I'd write. And it was like, and and it is, and you don't know what you don't know. But they're so good at like just little bits, and I just pick up these tidbits and just like, right, cool, just like little stuff like, I don't know, parallax error or something like that, and they'll have a really lovely explanation, and then I can say it to someone, and someone's like, this guy really knows what he's doing, and it makes me look so good and professional. I'm not like parroting off something, but no, they're just super to deal with. And then like, I think we went into the UK Airsoft scene pretty soon after we got Vortex. So like, well, the warranty was always the big thing. So I remember having the chat with their international ops guy, and I was like, so the warranty, what's it cover? And he's like, accidental damage. And I'm like, like say a red dot got shot with a 6mm BB and it broke. And he's like, yeah, sounds fine. That's all right. No problem. I was like, yes. So, and I was like, Airsoft market. And then I remember having a chat with one shop that I won't name. And I was like, Vortex Optics, you guys will love it. Independent, lifetime unlimited warranty. And they were like, yeah, I don't see it for the airsoft market. It's a little bit like high end because you're starting off with a red dot then at like 190. I think it was the Spark AR that was out there because the Crossfire red dot didn't exist. And he was like, so no, I don't really see it. And I was like, all right, cool. And then a few other shops came on board. And I was like, yeah. And this other shop was like, this Vortex Optics stuff, there's something in it. I was like, yes, I told you. And then that's how it kind of rolled out. And like I love the stuff, and like I think it scales nicely. I mean, there's some great 40 quid red dots out there. For 40 quid, they're great. They're an illuminated dot. They're not like maybe going to stand up against the recoil if you're going to put it on something like a gas blowback or something particularly fierce, but they're good enough for what they are. But when Vortex, like their stuff, and I'll go into some of the police and military stuff that Vortex do later on, but like, did you guys come across Vortex, or self-serving for myself, but when did you guys kind of come across Vortex?
Guys, go first.
Well, for me, it was. I think it was just like from recommendations through other airsofters.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as they said sort of what the warranty was like, and I actually got to use it before I bought it, and I was like, that's worth it. Like, that's
Yeah.
I think it was the crossbow. I was getting it wrong around.
Crossfire 2 to 7 by 32.
It was a crossfire 2, whatever it is.
With the red-green illumination.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
I know exactly who you would have got that through as well. There's one shop who just like bangs them out the door. But like, am I allowed to name drop?
Yeah. They're really good. What about you?
Yeah, but yeah. So no, like through there, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that one, well, it is such a good scope. And I never thought we'd do many, but like it's a 2 to 7. So for anyone who doesn't know, just if you do, then teach you to suck eggs. But 2 to 7 times magnification literally is 2 times magnification, and it will run all the way up to 7 times magnification. It makes it 7 times bigger. And then 32 is the millimeter objective. So the end bit, that's the size of the glass as it goes across. Yeah. But for like airsoft, it was everything everyone wanted. It came with rings. It was illuminated, and it had all the magnification that you'd need. And because it was like crossbow orientated, the focus was set out to like 70, 75 yards, something like that. So it was like bang on. But yeah, that one, like absolutely perfect, like sniper rifle type setup.
I had it on my SRS to begin with, and yeah, I've never had an issue with it. I swear by it.
No.
I swear by it.
Yeah. Oh, that's always pleased to hear when people get it and then actually like it instead of going like, I spent all this money on it and I hate it. Just straight on eBay.
You've got one too as well, haven't you, Sarah?
Yeah, so I've got the Spitfire.
Yeah.
But I heard about Vortex mainly through like recommendation when I started airsoft, and it was again mainly because of the warranty.
Yeah.
Because people were like, well, you want to get a cheaper one, have it shot out, have to buy another one. By the time you might as well just spend the money on a decent one, and you've not got to spend the money again. So
well, this is it. I'll tell you what though, the Spitfire, I would guarantee we have never had a Spitfire shot out. Not a challenge, but I've never had a Spitfire shot out. Honestly, they
I haven't
are
so
like.
far, so.
So the Spitfire is. I just love the Spitfire. Honestly, it's an older optic, but it's so good. It's got a 1.1, or it doesn't, but I reckon it does have a slight magnification on there, which for like open eye shooting, because it's a slight magnification on there that just draws your eye in onto that, like onto the magnification, so that reticule on there. But no, Spitfire
You're going to hate me,
solid.
Chris, because obviously I've got the Spitfire
You
and
don't
the
like
Crossfire, and I prefer the Crossfire.
That's because you're wrong. I don't see how you can. No, actually, to be fair, like the Crossfire, I could see where you'd like it because it's got that nice little skeletal mount, so it sits up. For airsoft, I think it's a really solid choice because if you've got like full face mask, and the fact that you can like actually get underneath it rather than if you've got something running quite close down to the rifle, without having to bring in, if you've got a full face mask because you've got like the cheek protection to bring up. Yeah. But the Crossfire, like red dots, when people get their heads around red dots and aren't, so if you've got the red dot and they aren't just staring at the red dot, they're just like laying it over what they're shooting in. It's so quick for acquisition. No, and also it's got that nice. That's one thing I will say for the Crossfire, where it's got the dial on the side. I don't know. Do you guys play with gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest thing in the world. Have I got one? I've got my big bag of kit in here to do. So with the Crossfire, where it's got the dial on the side, if you've got gloves, it's so much easier to get to. That's the only thing I find. If you've got Spitfire, where you've got the buttons on the back, you've just got to find the right point. I mean, I know you can turn it on beforehand and go from there, whatever you like. But no, I think it's a really nice feature having that wheel. It's just slightly more tactile. But yeah, so that's my rambling rundown on Country Sports Wholesale. And then, sorry, I should mention Vortex. So Vortex Optics, many years later, actually during the pandemic, we picked up Edge Eyewear because we didn't have an eyewear brand, wanted an eyewear brand really liked. Actually, I had a friend who recommended it to me. And he brought down a pair, I had a look through, and again, super company based out in Utah. My most memorable experience, I think, with Edge Eyewear was last year. I met Kurt, who's the boss over at Edge Eyewear. He'd come across to IWA in Nuremberg. He's the friendliest guy. And within 2 minutes, he was just talking to me about Robin Hood and about whether Robin Hood was like based on anyone else. And I was like, I really don't know Kurt. But then he was just talking to me about that. But it was just the best tangent just to randomly go off on. But no, you're super. And then they sort of, shows with the staff. We were chatting through, looked at all the other bits and pieces they do. And they're from like a safety background. So they've got a really, really solid sort of safety side things. And they moved over into the tactical and the shooting market. And the stupid things I've done with Edge Eyewear, like trying to break them, I shot them with a 12 bore with 40-gram number 4s from about 16 yards and like no penetration on there, just like dents and everything. Like your face is gone, but like eyes and stuff, spot on. Yeah. I think the most damage I did to them was with I got like a hatchet and I put them on a log and I just went at them and I managed to get them to fold and still nothing on there. But like they always tell, it's like I do the stuff and then like, please don't say they're bulletproof. And I'm like, I won't say they're bulletproof, but they did get shot with like a 2.2 LR, like stuff like that. But yeah, so I use them all the time. I really, can't fault them for what they are. And then the anti-fog stuff is just, I run them over the top of the kettle, no fogging. So, no. But there you are. That's the brief rundown.
Comments in the chat. Is the glass rated for BBs? Like, is it strengthened? I think he's talking about the sights here.
I think he's talking about the sights.
Sorry, for Vortex.
Yeah.
They're not. The closest thing that I would say, we do a new Defender red dot. There you go. So new Defender red dot, which is like everyone always calls it an RMR, but like those reflex sights, that's got a toughened polymer on there. Again, it's super tough. I've not seen one of these shots out. So if you're worried, if you're playing a lot of CQB or something like that, and you really worry about getting sight shot out, you think, okay, I've got to go through the hassle of sending it in, or I want something that's going to last me the entire day. Those Defender red dots are absolutely solid. They're designed as a home defense red dot, which is why they've got, I don't know if it'll show it on here, but I don't know if you can see the checkering on, if I hide my face, it might stop trying to focus it.
Yeah.
So you've got the checkering on there. So when you come to cock it, literally, you do like on the trouser leg, so the top of the pistol slide catches on there, so you can cock it and go and shoot burglars in the States. Is basically what it's designed for. So yeah, they're pretty tough. That's what I'd recommend on there. Everything else, yeah, they're pretty tough. In fairness, I don't think I've ever had an LPVO, like a 1-6 Strike Eagle or a 1-4 Crossfire. Those sort of things. Never had one of those shot out. Never had any magnified rifle scope shot out, as far as I know. Someone would like to say they sent one in and I've not seen it. I used to do the warranties. We've now got a guy called Eddie who works for us. He does the warranties. He's much better than I am at, well, we used to do warranties. So we do Europe's warranties. So stuff will come in, we can purge, we can refit glass, we can do sorts of stuff from there. So if that answers anyone's question in a really roundabout way.
Adam has said that he's used oh, sorry, sir.
You're right. I was just going to say, Adam said that he's used the Vortex warranty before twice. Both times have been perfect. Next day after receiving, and he said he can't fault the service and help that he had from the guys. So that's good.
That's what we always like. I mean, at the end of the day, we always look and think like, what's the service that I would want? So we'll take stuff off the sales shelf and send that out and use that. At the end of the day, like, people have put their faith and their money in our brand. So the only thing I can see that's fair is to make sure existing customers are looked after the best. There's nothing worse than, when you see a company, you think the company's so focused on getting a new customer rather than looking after the people who supported them and helped them, actually grow. So no, it's like bits and pieces. If anybody ever loses like some screws or something like that, give us a shout. We'll have spares. We'll send the spares out to you. As long as we can keep you shooting, that's literally our focus.
Awesome.
That's a good little tagline. That as long as we can keep you shooting.
Yeah,
that's it. Well, like, we all shoot. So, like, in our company, we all shoot. So we're quite, we're not a massive company. So I say I've got my business partner John shoots. My parents both work for the company. They shoot. Mum's a really good shot, actually. So she did a lot of rifle shooting. Dad's a phenomenal rifle shot. I'm literally the worst, but honestly, you expect working in the firearms industry that you'd be like every other day, just like go and grab the guns and just go and like play down the range and shoot. Just Excel spreadsheets, and just graphic design, and then sometimes a little bit of shooting. Like, I don't know. Like, how long have you guys been playing airsoft now? Just out of interest.
For me,
if you had to put a number,
I think I'm coming into the 5th year, something like that.
Yeah.
I think my first game was about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing 3.5 years now.
3.5. Okay. See, I started playing when I was like 12, and we had a farm. We still got a farm, but it's not a sad story. No, we didn't lose the farm. I know a lot of people have invested in that throwaway comment. But no, so we had a farm, and we used to play airsoft and played airsoft. Like, we used to run games on the farm, which now I look back, like, we were using like school like chemistry goggles. They were definitely not safety rated. Like, we do that. We had like anyway, we used to play there. So I used to play so much more airsoft. I used to do so much more shooting before I was even like slightly involved in the industry. And the further you get into the industry, like the less shooting you do. I just look, all I want to do really is just work in recruitment, because then I could get so much more shooting done. It's just at the wrong end of the scale. Like, I get invited for days out, like shooting with, I say I'm good pals with the ops guy from Vortex. He says he knows me, but I know we're really friends. But we go shooting together. And he's always like, do you want to come down and come shooting? I'm like, that sounds really good. When is it? And he'll give me a date. And I'll be like, no, I'm really sorry, I can't do that date. And he'll give me another. I'm like, I'm really sorry, I can't do that date. And he's like, I'm not avoiding you, but I'm just struggling to try and like find time to go shooting. So yes, don't know. Sorry, I just keep trying to flash as much Vortex merchandise as I can. But
yeah, do you like our tops?
It's fantastic. The blue is, I mean, sorry, Drew's one is definitely like, these are the ones that I wish they made in the men's range, because Drew's one is like the softest, most comfy one.
Oh, it's
like
so
long
nice.
sleeve.
It's nice, yeah.
Honestly, the nicest one. Like, it's so. I wish that just that, but the blue that you guys have is the nicest blue. It's royal blue, and normally, well, they used to do like a male female equivalent years ago. They never made the men's version of that, which I always think is the worst crime. But no, they like the Vortex merch, and again, like I always like everything Vortex, like cut through the whole way. But like their merch is so good. I think this T-shirt must be, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years old. They definitely haven't made it since pre-lockdown. But it lasts forever. Just absolutely solid stuff. Like stitches, I'm like never falls apart. I can't put. Oh yeah, no, doesn't not covered by warranty. Like that's the only thing. Please don't try and warranty T-shirts. I just every now and again I get shows and people are like, oh, is it the T-shirt covered by warranty? I'm not going to laugh at that joke anymore. This 2024, I'll no longer laugh at that joke. I will just look stony faced and just say no, sir. And
Well,
that'll be it.
we're going to have some
That's it,
lucky
gone.
winners today that is going to win one of these T-shirts. So not these ones personally, but some T-shirts. So that's good.
Should we go down to question 5?
Yeah.
I think Chris has
Yeah.
covered quite a lot, hasn't he?
I was going to say.
just like rattle stuff off. I can come back. I can just do more. Just a few just anecdotes and stories. Just whatever you want.
Okay. So, Drew.
Go for it. So, in terms of airsoft, when you do get to play, what is your favourite loadout and your dream riff to use?
Okay. So favourite load, as in like kit and equipment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So my absolutely any Vortex T-shirt, like actually no, the Vortex did a U-back for like half an hour, and it was the best. Like it was this quarter zip U-back, and it had like the most flattering cut I think I've ever had. Like it was absolutely great. It's on my Instagram somewhere. I look great in that one. But honestly, it was just a dream. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it just like angle of light, whatever. But that was fantastic. Don't do it anymore. I think there's 2 people in the country that have it. One's me, and I think one is Legion 1 Fierce Fox, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the other one. That's literally the only 2 in the country.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, I know. No one else wanted them and stuff like that. I wish I bought like 5 more. But that or any other Vortex brand T-shirt. Then I've got I should have brought it, but do you know the equipment company, the plate carrier company Hazar, based in Poland? They do a really nice plate carrier, and I absolutely love that. It's just the nicest. I don't know. I just like the plate carriers. I always find them quite comfortable. I run it with those. I can't remember the company that used to make them. There's a company that made plates, and I run with like the 10 kg plates in there. Just so that I can feel that I'm doing that extra bit of fitness at the end, and I can be really smug and say I did everything today, but I had an extra 10 kg that I carried. So pat myself on the back. But no, that and then those. Oh, what are they called? Those taco pouches that I got off of. Who does them? Might be Spiritus. I might be wrong. Someone in the comments will tell me because I'm awful at remembering stuff. But that, because I've got an SGR 12, and it has those really long bags that aren't that useful, that hold like 68 rounds or something, but it fires 3 rounds at a time. Can't be 68 rounds. That doesn't make. But anyway, it's like a very small amount. But that because I always think it looks really cool. But then those, but yeah. Plate carrier, always think fantastic. In terms of boots, I really like Aku. I find them the most comfortable boots. The Aku, the Pilgrims? Those, I think I've got 3 different pairs in rotation at the moment. And I always think they're absolutely great. They're just a really nice fit. The only thing I wish that like a retailer in the UK would stock them so I could just go and try them on and see if there's one that fits me slightly better or how they fit. I met the guys from Aku in IWA, which is the big commercial trade show in Germany every year. I went and met them, and I was like, "Thank you, Aku. I really, really like your boots. They're absolutely excellent." And I was waiting for them to go, "Oh yeah, we know you. You've got like 700 followers on Instagram. Would you like 10 free pairs of boots. It's just like,
Didn't work though, no?
But sadly, no, not at all. They just went, all right, cool, and they just shuffled me off their stand. So no, it's I should have really unceremoniously name dropped in there and see if I can convince them to give me like a 10% awkward discount where I have to buy it straight from Italy, and then I just can't get them in the country. But no, so Aku boots. I think 511 for trousers. I was thinking really solid, or claw gear. Claw gear again. I always find those quite a good fit. I've not ruined them. Or Fortis as well, who are a bit more of a real steel hunting brand. They're UK. Everything's UK made. And again, their stuff is absolutely fantastic. I've got a couple of their smocks. But yeah, so clothing wise, that's what I run. I was saying about the SGR12 that I run. Just it looks really cool. And then I laser engraved some flames on the end of it because I had a laser engraver. I thought that would look really fun. And then just change out whatever random stuff from the demo kits. Again, Defender Red Dot looks really solid on the top of it. And then headwear. I always want to wear a helmet because I always think the helmets look really cool, but then I always leave the helmet at home. So I just end up wearing a baseball cap. So I wear a new baseball cap. Every time I got a new baseball cap. We would make profit as a company if I just kept that helmet in the car. But just every time I was like, I'll just take a new. So that's what kills us on making any real money. It's just me stealing baseball caps and t-shirts. So no, running on there. I always think I should run a sniper rifle just because I'm so optics based, but I just can't do it. I haven't got the patience. I sit there and I think no, I can't. I just want to run around. That's
Drew will be disappointed.
I just honestly thank you for supporting the company and actually using our optics as they should. I just want to charge around like it's a 12-year-old birthday party. That's pretty much it. Or my other loadout is the Vortex optics, the Captain Vortex shield that was literally my marketing budget for about the first 2 years.
Yeah.
It's a repainted Toys R Us Hasbro Captain America shield with a sticker on it. And honestly, that for marketing, number of people, I just go, because I just actually, I say earlier on, I played a lot more Airsoft, and I just go along and people will be like, oh, what's your shield? And I'll be like, oh, well, actually, let me tell you about the Vortex Optics brand. And then tell them about it. They'll be like, oh, well, does the warranty cover Airsoft? I'm like, yes, it does. Let me just walk you over to the site shop. And then, so yeah, that's how I did it. I fell on that shield while, that's years ago, so it probably doesn't matter now, but abseiling in the old patrol base workshop, and I managed to fall and just land on that shield. Didn't break, but it's got loads of scratches in the back. So
Wow.
yeah, there's not member of staff, so you can play around. But yeah, that vaguely answers your question on my loadout.
Vaguely.
Just stuff. Just love stuff. Just Also, Umarex Glock. That I think I actually jury rig years ago. I managed to jury rig one of our optics onto there. There's a better way. I'm sure someone's showed me because it's got that dovetail at the rear that knocks out, and then you can put the bit that you can drop onto. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but yeah, that is with a Venom, I think, or a Viper. But yeah, that sort of covers questions.
I've got a question for you, Drew.
Yeah.
Do you have I'm trying to picture you in your ghillie suit. Do you wear a rig?
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture it because it's good ghillie. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
it's a Viper one, but it's got SCG ghillie over the top of it, so they've actually made it to fit over my rig exactly. Because my top half is a cape type thing, so my front is open. But I always found that if I was going prone or whatever, obviously my front half isn't ghillied up. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Do you have the little hand hidey thing for where you're working the bolt?
Yeah,
I don't have one, but
see, I saw one at NAF last year, and the guy was like, I'm trying to think, was it Silly Gilly? Somebody. Apologies, it was Silly Gilly, and I've forgotten. But he was like, you can't get to what this is. And I was like, absolutely not. I have no idea. And he was like, the hand hidey thing.
I think
he's the only person I've ever seen run.
Something like a cable tie or something along those lines that literally just sits right in front of where the bolt is.
Yeah.
And it a bit of camouflage or something there.
Yeah.
And then, so you can't see cock in the bolt, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Yeah.
filthy.
So I just how many people have you seen playing with thermal now just for like spotting snipers?
Too
Is it a common
many.
thing now? Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting more common, and yeah, frustrating.
Have you considered doing like the insulated like counter thermal suit, like wrapped in tinfoil to
No, not really.
I just wonder like the levels of like sniper to counter sniper like
I think if you,
equipment.
it depends where you want to hide, isn't it? So if
Yeah.
if you're gonna lie right in the direct line of where the enemy's gonna be shooting, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Well, you are gonna be right in the line of sight.
Yeah.
So I always try and go to the edges.
Yeah. Just to break up that. Yeah. So no, that's what I want. Just like where more and more thermal comes onto the market, and where it gets like more and more affordable, as you see it like creep in. And that, I was just curious on that. I always like to ask snipers, like, because I can imagine it's one of those really annoying things where people can just like go and get thermal and then just like handheld scan across.
It is frustrating,
But
especially when people spend like a few £100 on a ghillie suit, and then someone just comes along and goes, "I can see you." Thanks. So yeah. Who's next on the question? I think it's me, isn't it? What is your favourite thing about airsoft, and your least favourite thing about airsoft?
Absolute favourite thing about airsoft is, to be honest, airsoft always seems so passionate. Like everyone who does airsoft either like absolutely loves airsoft or is just about to leave airsoft. But it seems to be everyone's like really excited. Like all the shows, whenever I do a show and someone does airsoft and they'll come across and chat, they're always so happy to come and tell me about like all of the gear and all of their kit, what they're doing, and they're working on a project build, and like it's I always think it's such a nice like hobby sport, whatever you want to class it as. But it always just seems like so cheerful. And that's what I always like. Is just like that enthusiasm that people seem to have for it. Personally, and why do I like playing airsoft? If it was something like an aspect of the whole thing, just love shooting people in a simulated environment. I just I think that's just so fun. And like working out, like I don't know, I'm going to cut down here and then I'm going to go left, and it's so hard to, you know, if you're sitting there and thinking, right, okay, well, like I say, if you're thinking I'm going to follow down this line, this ditch, this hedge, or whatever, and then I'm going to come and pop out there, and in your head you might think that's a really good idea, and then you realise actually that's a terrible idea, but it's in the moment of playing it, it's just so fun. So yeah, that's the thing I really like about airsoft. I think I don't like about airsoft is the range. In all honesty, is one of the most frustrating things in the world. And I look and think uh, like I can see people, and I should be able to get greater range in the aspect of shooting, but because of the limitation of it being running up. What's the heaviest that you're running? Like 48.48 grams, something like that, higher, and then like that difficulty to take it out. And then maybe just like the way when you start to get to those extreme distances where you lose that accuracy. In all honesty, that's the only thing that really, for me, like would disappoint me with airsoft. But other than that, great fun. Oh, the other thing I love with airsoft is running like on my Garmin watch, put it on like the tracking mode. So, and then I can look afterwards and be like, oh, I've been to here and then I died, and then I've been to here and then I died, and then I've got like this spider web of me just going back to safe zone and then just getting shot and coming back, and I'm like, okay, fine, I managed to walk like this or run this many miles just like messing about. So yeah, like that tangible element to it as well afterwards.
Do you want to know why you're not getting the range?
Go on.
Because you're not using a Scorpion Evo.
I see. I've heard they're very good. Could you tell me more on the Scorpion Evo? Is there, just any unaffiliated, unbiased report that you could give me?
Well, no.
No, they do have
very good.
a very good range out of the box. When I used to own one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, as from new, you would say? Would you say it's the best as from new?
The best what?
AEG, just straight out of the box, AEG.
I think I would actually, yeah. The best one I've used, yeah.
So I'm trying to think the best thing I've bought. in terms of excitement, when I first started playing, when it was what's it called, the French assault rifle, the FA Mass, that out the box, because we played like Springers, and so everyone had like whatever random Springer that you got from whatever, because there weren't that many airsoft shops back then. Maybe like Free Fire Zone, maybe 01, I don't know. But anyway, so you'd have gone and bought whatever like random Springer, like German, like G3 something, and then one person turned up when we were playing down the farm with the FA Mass, and it was like everybody versus this person. And then I got one, and out of the box, like most, because it was used in Metal Gear Solid, first Metal Gear Solid, which shows my age, but yeah, which was used in that, and then I was like, this is so cool. I want to be like Solid Snake. But maybe that was my most like excitement from getting any gun, just because it was like fully auto, and you had those like old school batteries that are absolutely massive. But no, so there you are. So that's why I always loved, like, because TM did that one, which was always like the first. I think it was the first one I had. That and the old school P90 that I butchered and got the Dremel to. Open up the back and put that horseshoe battery in it, and you got the battery extender, and then you could get that like additional alternate support weapon where you could plug the thing in, and then you put like the M4 magazine underneath, and then you turn it into this like monstrosity. That was great. Always loved that gun as well. So yeah.
Quite a few questions
There
in the
you are.
chat.
I was going to say we're building some questions up.
Go on, Sarah. You can
Excellent.
go through some of them.
I look forward to answering them all vaguely and badly.
Vaguely.
Dan has
Never a straight
answer. Hey guys, question for Chris. What projects other than sites would you like to go into?
Like what outside? I assume he means outside of optics. Okay, fine. I was going to say, because Vortex is like binoculars and stuff like that. But what would I like to do? Gloves. To be honest, gloves. I always look for a great glove brand. Because there's so many, like, and I'm not saying every glove brand that you get in the UK is bad or anything like that, but I always look for, like, I don't know, I just want a really good glove brand. I want a Vortex Optics of gloves. And there's some good ones out there that I've used, like Mechanics are always solid. There's another one that I've forgotten that was a really good fit. Like, I've got a really awkward, like, my hands are a really awkward shape because I've got like dinner plate hands, but then like little child carrot fingers. So really, I just want a glove like that fits me. So yeah, really, until Vortex do a glove, in which case I will plug that glove to the end of the earth, even if it doesn't fit. That'd be solid. But yeah, glove brand. I don't know, something at least if I could get like you guys use gloves. Do you use full finger gloves?
My gloves were £10 from Amazon.
Yeah, mine are about that much, but they're fingers.
Someone's got mortgages to pay. Come on, this is. I'm looking like this is. Someone's trying to buy a helicopter. Like, so please, if I get a glove brand.
It's because Jem has to buy the kids' gloves.
That is true. I suppose you're like child equestrian sort of like would be the top end that you could buy. So no, I would think like we've all had those horrible ones that have like the molded plastic, like the BMX ones without the fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Those ones that all just like crack. And I can only think were useful if I was going to like fist fight for some reason halfway through a skirmish. They've got the weird vents underneath. Sorry if anyone makes these gloves, and I'm just rubbishing your carefully made. But they've got like the ventilation on the back. I've got no idea why. But no, really good glove brands. Absolutely. If anyone does know a really good glove brand that wants someone very vague to represent them, I will happily do it. Like, I will defend that brand to the death. Like any of my brands, always totally on board. But
your hands, your hands might be small enough that you might be able to fit mine.
That didn't make any sense.
That's solid words there. What, like if I. What, like the skin?
Because you've got little hands. You've got little hands, haven't you?
No, I've got little fingers. I've got like the hands are like big hands but tiny fingers. That's I don't know, but there we are. So
Anyhow.
I've got nothing for scale. Yeah, solid work there. God, who else? Who else's question can I make lies up for?
Dan also asked, what Vortex red dot would you recommend for an SMG?
The one that I keep plugging, to be honest, and honestly, it's because I really like it. But the Defender, it's just a really solid little red dot. It's got Shake Awake as well. I forgot, which is one of the coolest features. So, like, literally, it goes to sleep, and then when you pick it up, it comes back to life. Great feature, because I never turn red dots off. Every show. Unfortunately, now actually, Vortex's stuff is like a 16-year lifetime on the batteries, give or take. Someone will correct me, but most of them are now. But yeah, we used to change the batteries all the time because I just leave them on and forget. Especially in like that dead show season. But the Shake Awake, 11 levels of illumination, they're small enough that you're still keeping like total peripheral vision on there, but they look really smart. You're not putting something massively bulky on the top of there. But yeah, that's what I'd go for if it was me. I'm trying to think what they retail at, like $270, something like that. Sorry if I'm wrong I've just done a retailer over, but I'm pretty sure that's somewhere up around there. But yeah, there you are, Dan.
And
if you want really cool style points, get one of the Defenders and put it on that 45. I don't ever see anyone do it, but having it at that 45-degree angle, so you've got like main optic and then you've got side optic, so you could do that really cool like switch between for close up work.
Lovely. All right. What site would you recommend to anyone, Chris? As in airsoft site.
Airsoft site. If it's me and I was having like one site for everything, personally, Strike Eagle 1 to 6. I think it's. I think it's the best one. You've got all the options because you can run, because it's an LPVO, which is low powered variable optic. And I think that's the only time I've said it correctly instead of like being LBVP or whatever like letters that I throw in there. Yeah, but LPVO. You can run it on 1 times, so you can run it like a straightforward red dot. You can dial it up. You can run it on like 3 times. So you've just got like that best of both worlds. I think the glass is really nice. It's got the ARBDC3 reticule, which is like a horseshoe reticule. So its top is like this, and then it's got like a drop down with some subtensions. But for target acquisition, I think it's really quick, and it's illuminated as well. And if we do it red. People always ask me, will you do a green reticule? There's one, I think, that has a green reticule, which is that crossbow scope. There's no others. Don't ask me about green reticules. I don't know any reason. They're advantageous. Someone will tell me.
Can I just say that you're really in the right job, because I actually meant what's your favourite airsoft site to play at?
Oh, sorry.
That was great. That was brilliant.
I think that was another question we were going to cover as well. So, yeah.
There you are. We won't do any of these questions in order, just randomly. Site, probably the jail. I did a what's the thing where I stand around and talk, like a open day type thing at the jail where I brought a demo kit and chatted, and then I was like, this looks so cool. Like, it looks great. Jail definitely would be on my list to play at. I'm trying to think what else that I've seen that was really cool. Where else? I'd really like. Sterling as well. Sterling looks awesome. Milsim's one of those things that I did like a Milsim Light a few years ago now. I'm trying to think how long it was. I've still got kit that's covered in mud from it. Where was it? It's over near Luton Way. Barton Play. But anyway, there. Over there. But yeah, Milsim would definitely be on my list of things to do. Milsim's one of those ones that always looks so intimidating to get involved in, because I don't think I'm pro enough to turn up to Milsim. But yeah, that would be on my list.
I always used to. You want to go to and try out?
Want to go to? Yeah, both. So like Sterling, never been to Sterling. That looks really fun. Jail, I've been but not played. So that looks really, really fun. I'm trying to think where else. I end up looking through, and I think that was really cool. And then don't make a note of where it is, and then I have to hope that I see the like video or the pictures again. I think like this is completely like No. I'm trying to think what else. Hit me up. Just randomly hit me up with invites. Anyone on there. Just, I'll turn up. But no.
Me and Jem have both played. Did you try? Have you tried? You haven't tried the gel, have you, Drew?
No, not yet.
No. Me and Jem have tried it, and would you recommend it, Jen? You had fun, didn't you?
No, I don't actually know what you're talking about because I've never been.
I thought you
Who are you thinking of? You replaced me with someone else.
Jem's been to regular jail. Jem's been to prison, not the jail.
Sorry, you're not telling anybody that we're on a live stream.
Well, I've been to the jail a few times, and I'd recommend it. I think me and Jem were on about going.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a couple more questions soon, as we seem to be losing track a little bit, and then we'll get onto the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
We've had a question in the comments as well from Headless Chickens Squad asking for the best scope for a DMR.
To be honest, the 1 to 6 that I just recommended. So the 1 to 6 is built around. It's used a lot in. This isn't what it's made for. But it's made for an AR. Is simple, but for the UK market, it gets used a lot for the. Vortex sponsor it. So down at Bisley, which is the home of the UK NRA, it used to use their civilian service rifle competition a lot. So it's built around shooting out to 600 yards. So for as an airsoft DMR, it's absolutely spot on. You've got the field of view. That means you can take it out to a reasonable distance. You've got the subtensions on there. Subtensions are always good for using for if you were bracketing with your optics. So if you were trying to work out from first shot, second shot, where your drops are. Personally, that's what I would say to recommend to use on there. I had a DMR once, actually. I think I used it twice and then decided even DMR wasn't for me. But yeah, no, I just an M4 without stock. That's all I really want. Just that and 2 optics. But yeah, so that's what I recommend for use on a DMR. Or maybe the 1 to 4 actually. 1 to 4 crossfire is not a bad shout because you can go up to 4 times magnification. Strike Eagle's probably better.
Nice. Okay. Should we do the last question and then we'll get on to the giveaway? Jem, do you want to ask?
Yeah. So, what would you like to see UKAL accomplish in 2024?
Big thing I'd like to see from UKAL would be in a way it is a kind of a cheat answer, but from airsoft in general, is bringing people across who don't play and bringing it into playing airsoft. I think one of the hardest things, and this is a little bit of a soapbox subject I always think, but shooting's great in the shooting industry and the shooting world inside. Is great at preaching to itself and talking to its own members, but not so great at getting people who are maybe on the periphery and saying, okay, well if you want to do this, this is to come across and play this. This is how you get involved. Which is where I think groups like yours are so good because it gives such a good beachhead to getting into play. So really it'd be bringing more women across who don't play airsoft into airsoft and thinking oh cool, I can turn up to this site. I know there'll be a UKAL member there who I've spoken to, who can kind of help me into it. So yeah, that would be the big thing. Would be seeing about bringing people across and maybe helping with retention of players as well. So if people are thinking about leaving because maybe they play with a group of people who they don't play with anymore because they've given up the game, but finding someone else to come in, it's probably stuff you guys already do. But it would be getting people who are outside of the hobby, the interest, the sport, in and across. Is that the right answer? I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's what we aim for. Yeah.
That's literally what our goal was, and that's the reason why we do our meetups every few months. So if you haven't played before, you can literally just turn up and see hopefully a bunch of females there, and you can ask them questions. No questions stupid, and maybe you feel a bit more comfortable, not being the only female there or whichever.
So that's the thing I always think's really good about having that level of engagement and involvement is if you want to come across into this and you're kind of oh, what do I actually need? And you kind of there's so much information out that you could just quickly Google and be oh, I've got 10 different answers. But then there's no, and also it's maybe not from a female perspective as well. So at least you've got like, and you guys could say, oh, I use X or I use Y, and I find it really good for me. And then people go, all right, cool. It's, that's the kind of thing that I would find really helpful. So no, that's what's really nice to see.
That's cool. That is. Okay, so I think we'll do the bit that everybody's been waiting for, probably.
Thanks for staying on. Thanks for listening to the endless just chatter. I really appreciate it.
So, as some of you may know, that we were doing a giveaway, and there were many prizes up for grabs. Jem, do you want to tell us more?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've basically got 2 winners here. Let me just get the post up. So we've got the winner and we've got the runner-up. Both prizes are absolutely amazing. But if you are the runner-up, you're going to get a set of Edge Eye Pro. You're going to get a Vortex cap, a sticker, and a patch. So I don't know if you want to do a little spin for that first, or do you want me to talk about what the winner's going to get?
We'll do the runner-up. So we had 107 entries in total, and we'll give it a spin and find out who the winner is. Hope this works. So first winner is Callsign Hulk. So congratulations.
I know him.
It's rigged.
It was always a scam. That's from the start. It's not. I apologise. It's not. I should say.
Well done. Congrats. And now for the winner. So you're going to get a Vortex t-shirt. So we'll be in contact with you and we can talk about sizes and things. We'll try and meet that. So you're going to get a t-shirt. You're going to get 2 Vortex hats. You're going to get 2 patches. You're going to get a Vortex sticker. And you're also going to get a set of Edge Eye Pro and a beer sleeve or a Coke sleeve or whatever drink sleeve you want to call it.
Okay, so we'll go back onto the wheel. So Hulk's been taken off there because he already won once. And give it a spin. So the winner is Toby Boy 08.
No, Toby Boy 08. That one wasn't a scam. But well done, Toby Boy 08. Congratulations.
So, Chris, what iPro is it that we are giving away?
So Hulk is getting the Fast Link, which is these. I don't know. I can't remember which colour I gave you, but which I'm pretty professional like that. Black. All right, cool. So yeah, G15 lens. These, and then Toby has got the Hamel, which are the super stylish ones that I always think they've got like the full nylon frame on there. Both have got the same safety rating. Both are EN 166 rated. Both have the Vapor Shield anti-fog on there as well. So congratulations. They're absolutely solid pairs of glasses. Really can't fault either of those. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you to everyone who entered as well. I'm overwhelmed with entries. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris, for donating the prizes as well.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Anything to try and get on this. That was the cost of getting onto this show. Was set financial amount of giveaways that I had to keep totting up.
Yeah, there's a bit of blackmail, wasn't there?
One more patch. That was they were like, right, you can come on, but we're going to need them t-shirts. It's just like t-shirts and baseball caps. So yes, so they're limited edition now. You can't even get those royal blue ones anymore. So there you are. Yeah, treasure them.
So, Chris, you may know, with our other pods, each time we like to do a UKAL nominated member. So we basically put out on our socials, nominate someone who's a member of UKAL who you think deserves a bit of recognition, whether it be just for them getting stuck in, whether they just play really well, just their enthusiasm, anything at all. So this pod, I have to think of my word in there because it's not like every week, is it? So it's like, what's this one? So this pod, our nominated member was GT06 Mini, so Ailey. Yeah, I played against Ailey quite a few times. Congratulations. She's a proper kick-ass on the field. Likes to get
Does
stuck
she use
in.
Vortex?
That's a good question.
Does she run?
Well, Adam does,
Next.
so
Yeah, Adam
possibly.
does. Yeah.
So I would
Good.
imagine so.
Good. That's all I ask. Just just keep those payments, keep that wolf from the door. That's
But yeah, no,
if she doesn't and needs a recommendation, then happy to just give a shout. We'll go through. Find the optic that absolutely suits you.
I know she's got a. Has she got an Evo? She has, hasn't she? Yeah. So she'll need a decent optic for Evo, definitely.
Yeah.
There we go. I wouldn't put
Best for
anything
the
less
best.
than I wouldn't put anything less than the Defender Red Dot on there. Would be my recommendation. But we've got all good retailers.
But no, it's really good. So yeah, congratulations, Ailey, on that one. So, has anyone got any more questions? Anything else you'd like to?
I just want to follow up with you guys. Sorry, when are you guys playing next? Have you had
or
individually? Yeah, like individually. Are you guys playing this weekend?
Yeah. I'm playing next weekend, the 14th. It's the 14th, isn't it? At Ironsight, which is in Andover. Yeah.
I've not got a game planned as of yet. I'm hoping to
Neither
play
have I.
one locally.
Are you being fair weather? Have you looked at what the weather's like and just thought, you know what, I'm just going to slope out of this one? Is it just?
A bit of.
I looked at the amount of flooding.
At the minute, yeah.
I looked at the amount of flooding when I was driving home today. Came home especially early to do this podcast, so lost half a day's wages. Don't know if you. But no, I looked through and I was like, it is so wet. Just anywhere that was slightly below like water level was just absolutely full. So no, I just wondered if anyone's now looked and just thought, nah, just that's not for me this weekend. I'm not going to go to that.
I personally don't mind playing in the rain. I like it.
Yeah,
but I don't like it when my gun doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys clean your guns just out of interest? Like afterwards, do you do what? Sorry, I just go completely off tangent. But what sort of level do you? How far do you strip it down to clean? Like in terms of what you're doing?
I would take my sniper fully apart to clean it if I do it.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I don't clean mine after every
new
game.
Cleaning brand. Yeah.
I don't use brown shoes. Bit stuff around the house.
No. Oh no, sorry. We've got a new brand of cleaning products. Just.
That's
right in there.
Smooth.
Just like rebluing, just So Flunatech, if you're listening, I just plugged it. So there you go. Austrian. No, just having to. No, it's one of those things because real steel shooting, cleaning's a big thing. Another part of the company we've already got a cleaning product called Vortec, but it's not that airsoft relevant. But no, I was wondering because you've not got rifling in anything, so you're not worried about cleaning it out there. But on the outside, I remember that I had, what was it? It was like an M60 or something, some support level, but covered in mud. I remember taking forever to clean it off, and it was the most frustrating thing I think I've ever done. Because I'm not that brave at taking things apart, like airsoft related, because I always think I will end up just breaking it by just pulling wires, and it will just die or it won't go back together. But I'm always interested the level of that people go back to cleaning things.
Yeah, I strip mine down. I strip it apart. With the Evo, there's so many screws, so it's really fiddly. But every couple of months to every half a year, maybe to every year.
Yeah. What do you find in there? How much grub has got in? Is it bad or is it no? You're not tipping it out. It's not like a car boot when you're just everything's in there and you hoover it.
No, just a little buffer, a little polish.
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me. I think just general muck and what have you. So
it's not pouring out.
And Sarah's been suspiciously quiet on the subject of cleaning guns. Just buy a new one. Just in the bin. Just straight get a new one. That's.
No, I just give it to the other half, and he does it for me.
One more. Could you show me how to clean it just one more time? That's all. That's.
He just gets so impatient trying to show me stuff, and I'm just like, oh, you just do it.
Yeah.
I feel like he enjoys it more than me.
He probably
Like I
does
just like
like
playing.
Yeah.
Like he loves sitting there, like doing all tech stuff. So I'm just like, fix my
Yeah.
gun, clean my gun, and he's like, yep. So
Has he got a magnetic bar to put all the screws on and all tools and everything? How
I have no
dedicated.
idea. He
See,
has
that's
like
the that's the
he has loads
how
of
many
stuff.
tools? How many tools? Like lots of tools.
Yeah, like quite a few.
See, that's what you need. That's. Does he want to do mine?
Um,
Can I
I mean,
just
send
send
me
it
a
across?
message and I'll
Like
I'll
just
get
that's a
you
ship
to.
across. You just got like
Yeah.
that's all I ask. I just want someone more interested in cleaning it than I am. Perfect. That's all I want.
Well, we'll leave it there. I'll clean this up. So yeah. Thank you to everyone who's watched this evening. Really appreciate it, and for your questions and getting involved. Our next pod is on the 16th of January. Same time, same place, different guest. So keep your eyes peeled for who will be
Never
on the
again.
show.
That's it. One time you see me on.
So yeah, thank you ever so much, Chris, for coming on and
Thank
chatting
you.
with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Really
you very
enjoyed having
much.
you.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the time. It's excellent. Thank you for all the work you guys do, and thank you for setting up the competition and really doing all the work. I just threw some stuff at you, and you actually did the thing. So really appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. And hopefully we'll get a game on with you and UKAL on Airsoft Field.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
So-
really cool.
Right. So thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.